Good morning, Miss Nadia. I am Anta and I will be starting about my self-reflective video. Before I begin, there are several mistakes that we have encountered and I personally think we should improve on in the future. So the first thing that I think we should do is definitely more communication. That even through WhatsApp meetings, I feel like that was not enough because due to the lack of face-to-face communication, it fails to put some pressure and urgentness on the team members. The second thing that I feel like we can improve on is we should do more meetings because due to our busy schedule, we cannot do that due to the lack of time. So more meetings I think are necessary to make the flow of making the report and PowerPoint slides more effective. But other than that, I cannot do much when it comes to cooperating with teammates that do not care about the report. So I would say that's the much I can do. The next topic I want to talk about is the multiracial state of Malaysia. So I think it is quite obvious that even in 2023, the multiracial state of Malaysia is still quite segregated actually. We do have, because due to the fact that even though on the surface a lot of races can talk nicely to one another, but deep down there is still some form of stereotypes. There are some form of misconceptions of one race to another. For example, that it happens in my family a lot, especially with my mother, where, don't take this offensively, but there are cases that my mother, which is a Chinese, will cherry pick certain topics, such as maybe Malays are very lazy in certain aspects. But at the same time, it's not all bad because she still sees the good in other races. But even so, this problem, this stereotyping and racial difference, this stereotyping still exists in Malaysia. So I think us, the younger generation, should be educated more seriously about these topics because it is vital for the unity and the harmony and the prevention of racial segregation in the future of Malaysia. The second thing I want to talk is my opinion on Malaysia. So what do I think about Malaysia? I think it is a beautiful country. I think I am lucky to be a Malaysian because as a Malaysian, we actually have less severe problems when compared to other countries. For example, Syria, there are proxy wars between Iran and Syria and Iran. Meanwhile, in Africa, there are wars going on, and even in certain countries which do not have war and civil war, they still do have natural disasters which can really affect the state of the country. So as a Malaysian, how do I feel? I feel quite lucky. I feel quite proud because we are in a country that we are in a country that I feel like we are at the most of peace, and the most problems we have are mostly about certain natural disasters, and there are, of course, politics. There are definitely some corruption and maybe kleptomancy, but I think that is quite common in politics all around the world. Although I am satisfied with the current state of Malaysia, I still think that we need to tweak some errors here and there in order to make Malaysia perfect for the future generations to come. And that is my self-reflection video. Thank you for listening.